Hi there, I'm Anu from Snap Projections. This is a short and sweet video to show you a quick and easy way to stress test your plan using the Historical Scenarios add-on feature, which allows you to select a period from history and apply investment returns and inflation rates from that period to the current scenario. In today's case, we're using John Snapper, who's planning to retire at age 65. We can see his employment income that is getting indexed to inflation. He's also making contributions to various accounts before retirement. And we can see his asset mix is set at 20% fixed income and 80% equity for most of his asset accounts. And his after retirement spending is set at $45,000 until age 100. Also, let's review his estate summary here. And we can see the funds that are left in his capital assets. Now, to run the historical scenario, we can go under the drop down of Run Scenario and click on Run Historical Scenario. And it will show this pop-up window after activation. It is going to show us the projected value of $1,000 invested across cash, fixed income, and equity that grows within the period of history that we choose. We can also see inflation over that period as well. Initially, the entire period between 1965-01 to 2022-01 is selected as indicated by the text boxes and the green selection below the chart. As we see, the average annual rate of return is at 5.51% based on that time period, and an asset allocation of 10% cash, 40% fixed income, and 50% equities. Now let's update this to reflect the client's approximate asset allocation. But please note that changing this asset mix here will not impact the asset mix for each of client's individual assets. This update will only be reflected in the charts above and the update on the annual average rate of return that are displayed here. Next, we'll select the time period we wish to use from the historical data. I'll use a 10-year period, and note that our table and the chart has changed. I want to use the period between 2000 and 2010 in our plan. Now, a few things to note here is that Snap will repeat these rate of returns and inflation values every 10 years for the length of the projection. So I'll apply this in our plan and see its impact. So the historical rates of returns are applied to all the capital assets, and the rate of return here might be different for different asset accounts depending on the asset mix that each of these accounts have. If I click on the non-registered account, we can see that it's set at 50% fixed income and 50% equity, versus under the TFSA where we are looking at 20% fixed income and 80% equity mix. And that makes the overall rate of return different between these two accounts. But the TFSA and the RSP have same asset mix, so the rates are same here. We can also see that the rate of returns are repeating every 10 years. So if I'm looking in 2023, we have 3.28%, but let's look into year 2043, and we're looking at the same return mix being repeated each time after every 10 years. There's also the historical inflation column here now, which is changing values along with the rate of returns. Now we can see that the rate of returns are different for different years, and if we scroll to the bottom of the plan, we can see that the assets have greater balances left after we ran the historical scenario, and we can verify that by clicking on the estate summary to look at the balances left in the capital assets. Now let's also look at the charts here and the net worth table here, which varies each year based on the fluctuations of the capital assets due to changing rates of returns. We can also review the reports and go under the assumptions page. And we can see that the assumptions page provide us with all the details like the historical time period and the rates of returns that we are using. So with this feature, we can run all sort of different period in history to create different plans for our clients. These methods will allow you to illustrate how different returns can impact the outcome of a projection, which is particularly important for retirement planning. I hope this was helpful and you'll get a chance to try it in your client's plan. Please reach out to us by clicking on the help button if you have any questions. Thank you and have a great day.